Hidden deep in the creeks of Bayelsa State, on a quiet island called Braz, lies a place many Nigerians have never heard of. A place with no big signboard, no tourist gate, no loud publicity, but it holds one of the deepest colonial stories in Nigerian history. They call it the white man's graveyard. This is Tuon Braz, a historic town in Braz local government area of Bayelsa State, surrounded by rivers, creeks, and mangroves. Calm, peaceful, beautiful. But beneath this calm lies a history of war, resistance, and colonial struggle. This place is not a myth. It's not a story. It is real. These are the graves of European men, mostly British, who died during the colonial era. Traders, soldiers, colonial officers, men who came to control trade and never returned home. In the late 1900s, a British company called the Royal Niger Company controlled trade in the Niger Delta, palm oil, trade routes, economy. They blocked local traders, they controlled access, they monopolized wealth. And one man said, "Enough." His name was King Frederick William Koko Mingi VIII of the Nembe Kingdom. In 1895, King Koko led a resistance attack on the Royal Niger Company headquarters in Akassa. This attack became known as the Akassa Raid. It wasn't just war, it was resistance, it was economic survival. It was a people fighting to control their own future. Many of the Europeans who died from the conflict, from disease, and from the harsh environment were buried here. And over time, this place became known as the white man's graveyard. This graveyard is not just about the dead, it's about memory, power, resistance, colonialism, trade, and identity. It tells a story of a people who refused to disappear, who refused to be erased, who refused to be economically enslaved. Today, Braz is calm, quiet, beautiful, and this land holds layers of history that most Nigerians were never taught in school. History is not always in textbooks. Sometimes it lives in silence, in forgotten places, in old graves, in islands no one visits. The white man's graveyard is not about Europeans. It's about Nigerians. It's about identity. It's about resistance. It's about memory. It's about a people who stood their ground. So, the next time someone talks about Nigerian history, remember this place. Remember Braz. Remember Nembe. Remember King Koko. Remember that some of the strongest resistance stories in Africa never made it into global history books.